Okay, Drake Dragon, or whatever you want to call me, Drake the Dragon. Actually, I don't know yet because there's so many things to play with in AI in this weekend. I actually do want to try out the one my friend suggested and make music lyrics, Drake in a power metal song, and maybe I could do a little actual intro. That sounds really cool because it's boring doing a vlog. So a couple of things to cover today. Number one, I've been 2 weeks. I did a sort of a crash course on AI based applications. I am blown away. I'm just blown away every other day what it can do. I'm just kind of annoyed today now. So short story, Cloud AI has no longer allows both them, and I'm pretty sure Codex is going to do the same. I can't tie their system to either open code or the other one I'm starting to like is OpenClaw, which actually has the open coding engine too in the back end. So now that I'm moving from chat, which is free, to models I can use, and I can run some of them locally on this machine. The other machine, over LM Studio, will run some models, but they'll fit in the video card, and some will run on the CPU. Um, so I now know how it works. So I've been walking and stepping larger and taking leaps and bounds. Last week was I was able to make a 2D game. It's crummy, and it sucks. Yeah, because you can claim AI sucks. Come on, it took 30 minutes. So if I sit down with it and start to tune it around, I'm pretty sure I can get the models to make a 2D game. That's one of my goals to do one of these weekends, to write a really quick open source 2D game to put on my thing, and you can check it out, play it, and see how it works. But the hardware to software relationship between models, because no one wants hardware. I've got computers I'm getting rid of. I actually want to see if I turn into a router tonight. I think I can load PFSense or OFSense on there. And then one of my goal there is to get that running as a mini router with some logos for a friend of mine. And then I have some old hardware I'll just donate to him, because unless someone's willing to pay me, I don't get any cashes. He's the one that gets the tips, not me. So I'll put a tip jar there, tip for free Wi-Fi. It'll use maybe 5 or 10 megs of his bandwidth, but it'll also direct you to PFP or whatever the case is. So I want to see if that can work out. And he says he's willing to run the mini router, so I'll put it there. It's not exactly mini, it's an old computer, but it'll fit behind somewhere where you probably won't even notice it. So, like I said, I'm pretty good at building stuff that's pretty cheap in budget. The problem is I'm not making any money doing so, or things like that. On the other channel, I'm actually watching or trying to listen to the Hoppity host, which is Bigfoot Banter Witchy, and they seem to have a lot of adventures. I wish I could meet those guys in person. I'd have lunch and hang out and do stuff. I mean, keep my mind off of the shitty city, because I got to the office. Um, as far as it comes to, I don't know how much I'll do with Josh, because I'm just toned down the weekly or monthly with him. I guess they're supposed to send some one-time gifts, so I'm gonna change it to $10 a month, because I do get people paying me like on the other streams and stuff too. So I'll go ahead and just rebudget. I just got Grok running, but it's been screwing up, so I don't know what's going on. I'm actually using it's stuck. Let me see if I can do escape, continue, see if it'll actually rerun it. I have thinking mode on, but I may end up turning off the thinking mode, because I don't know if that's clogging it. I'm only using 15% of the context windows, but I have noticed that Codex and many of the coding clients tend to allow like 300,000 tokens, which is a pretty large context window. So it's just kind of cool that it can do that. I'm actually writing it on a Raspberry Pi 5, so it should have a good amount of horsepower to run stuff. But I just don't get what Grok is stuck at, and they're all getting stuck at these problems. So I might go back to Big Pickle again and trying different models. Um, I'm not having it's kind of having this. I don't know if it's because it's rate limiting, their servers are overloaded, but this AI boom in the last 2 weeks is just one thing after another that keeps going off. The subscription model was never intended for productivity. So now it's actually turning in from a assistant model to a productivity model. And I'm also learning how to get around certain stuff, limits and lockouts and things like that. So I'm switching as fast as I can, playing with multiple hardware, still trying to get an offline LM. It may take forever, but if it's processing and I can see it use the resource, I'm pretty happy. But I'm getting to the situation where I'm not exactly sure what's screwing up. Is it the model themselves, or is it actually that we're overloading it because this new technology is like any kid with a new toy. You got to try everything. If it breaks, it breaks. But I'm actually, that's why this little project I'm doing on the side, I may end up just shutting that down because it's not productive, but I am learning how these things work. And then there's another one, Open Claw, I just launched on my Telegram channel, so, but I can't get it to do the group chat. So I might have to talk to it one-on-one to see what permissions to enable, because I think it's actually taking the cautious route. Don't do without asking first. So I've got to figure that out, but it's being pretty good. It creates a weird soul file, so that's another conversation. But I haven't yet figured out, but I want it to be a little bit snarky, like the GLaDOS response. So that kind of a little helpful. But I uploaded a picture of my persona, and it figured it out, who it is, what it is. So it's pretty smart at this point. So I says that's the personality that you're going to adopt. So you'll be my Drake AI, and that'll take over for that. And then when I get sub-agents going with agents going with that system, I can create different skills for each one. That way it doesn't overload the context window. So that's why I'm still learning from programming, coding, even though I use the reasoning AI to do coding. And it does it fairly well because I can give it examples and it actually knows those examples. It's like someone that has a long-term memory. The problem is the short-term memory and the usage. Obviously, these companies are going to start billing more because the productivity is now being moved to those platforms, which is why no one ever asked me technical questions. And even today, when I was out with a client, I didn't mind having a little civil discussion about how stuff worked. But then it's like the big boss man says, I got to go out on a walk. It's most likely excuses I'm getting. It's really hard. This is why it's really hard to hang out with people. I'm hanging out with the Bigfoot crew. And even though they're yakking in the background, I'm doing a quick vlog that's probably going to be less than 10 minutes long. And I'll cover his channel. As a matter of fact, I'll link it in the bottom. Bigfoot Banter with Richie B. They're fun guys to follow. They chat a lot. If I was at back east, I'd hang out with them too. But I'm here stuck in the shitty city of California. So I'm not looking for much help, but I am now noticing things I want to do, things that I can't finish. And if I can't, I can sell products, trade stuff too. Just cut my losses down a little bit. And I'm still going to go out to private events, maybe some this summer. Florida, I might hit it 3 times this year. Right now, I'm maybe heading off to Texas next week for another event to check out. And then Tennessee, and then go do some camera work there that I've been wanting to catch up on the springtime when it warms up. So that should be able to do that, and then maybe go visit my friend in Indiana for a week or so and work remotely, so I can do that and figure out some stuff I got to get done and processed. But during that process, we're supposed to get more hardware in for the summer, and a lot of hardware changes. So I'm going to be all hands on deck swapping hardware out. I don't like upgrading hardware that isn't broken, but we live in that world. If it's 2 years old, it's ancient. So enough said. Goodbye.